heard somebody spitting gas, we used to have we had a few dudes on the block that used to get into a circle and just spit. One of the original rappers from PA was a nigga named DR Shake. Shout out to my nigga Shake. That's San Quinn, older brother actually. He grew up in East Palo Alto. He used to be by the rec selling weed and shit. And as a youngster, the rec was kind of like where all the thugs hang out. So we used to sneak over there to the rec and go hang out with the OGs. And Shake used to be out there busting, you know what I'm saying? Just rapping for like 8 minutes straight and shit, just straight spitting fire like. And it's funny because as a youngster, I used to look up to Shake like, damn, that nigga hard as fuck. So I used to go home and practice me and my nigga Doc Louie, shout out to my nigga Doc Louie. We used to go to the house and practice our shit. So one day we built up enough raps, enough courage, we went up there and tried to battle Shake. So me and Doc, we see Shake out there sitting on the fence. We walk up like, nigga, we want to battle you, nigga. He said, both of y'all niggas. We like, hell yeah, nigga. He like, all right, nigga, spit your shit then. Nigga, go ahead. Shout out to my nigga Shay. He know this is a true story. He gonna laugh when he see this shit too. So me and Doc, we spit our little shit, nigga. We went with our individual little verse. Then we was doing some Run DMC shit on him, like going back and forth. Man, that nigga said, hey, that shit kind of tight though. But check this out. And went in on us. Hey, that nigga went in on us for about 8 minutes. That nigga talked about what we had on. That nigga talked about we was selling Barron weed and all kind of shit. That nigga went in on us. And but that, you know what I'm saying, it didn't hurt our feelings. We was laughing at the shit like, damn, that nigga ate our ass up. But what Shake did, and I don't know if he noticed, he sent us back to the drawing board like a motherfucker.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my nigga Shake, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Doc Louie, you know what I'm saying?
Shit. Some of I've seen Gas spitting in person. And we could talk about that later, but like hip hop, corrupt, bro.
Corrupt
Gas.
time. Okay. He had a little run.
He just had so much gas. He was the epitome of that shit. His game spitting was crazy. And then there's like Brother Lynch.
He had gas too.
But he's just really, really graphic.
He got
you know what I'm saying? You got X-rated. He's really graphic. But I was with all that. I was listening to that stuff as a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, you know, like
brains.
I was in it.
Our
like,
brains.
Even Andre Nicotina had gas. He was spitting.
I knew he was gonna say that.
You know, even though like, you know, a lot of the stuff he wasn't talking about nothing great. It was all like he was spitting. Crypto was spitting.
Crypto,
bro.
Shit, man.
Got to jog my memory up there.
I'm trying to think of Gas though. Like the first time I heard Gas, man, it was probably way before 2000. It was like the 90s. I mean, Tupac. His everything he spit was just poetry. But it was Gas though, because he came hard with it. Sibo had gas.
Yeah.
Man.
Sibo changed my life.
You know, everybody from who else was Selsky had gas. Two took days.
Yeah, oh man, his crew too.
Yeah.
You know, we do.
You know, nowadays, man, Gas is like Cuddy Banks and.
Again, rap music was considered this sort of this gimmick, a disposable thing, a novelty that would be over next week and forever and ever. So then I became a DJ on the radio, and then I would play it. Now in the early '80s, as a DJ, and I would also listen to the radio. So K-Soul, which morphed into Wild 107 later on. Anyway, they would have like some of the best music, and they would do like these mixes in the middle of the day, and they had like great DJs there. And Marcus Gutierrez was one. So these DJs in the Bay Area, before the internet, were very influential for getting out this music. And of course back then it was a lot of electro, kind of the up tempo, sort of like Miami bass. It was electro, Africa Bambaataa, and everybody from New York making all this incredible music, and then also in LA. But the music started coming out, and like there would just be new people all the time and different releases. And like, for example, the Fat Boys came out, and people were like, wow. And it was true. And I would say that in terms of like, spitting gas. That one, hearing them was one of those things that just stopped you in your tracks and these records were all just sort of coming out. And another thing about them was that, with hip hop and rap, there was only so much of the music. So if you listen to DJs like on the radio, as I mentioned, like Queso, where I would listen to, and then Calix is where I would DJ. If you were playing it, if you couldn't really do an all rap show, because you would play like Prince, you play funk as well, Michael Jackson, you play like a lot of the funk. You throw in, of course, P-Funk, Funkadelic in there. But as time went on, there was more and more people spitting serious gas that, just sort of blew your mind. And that, I think, up to a certain point, I would say up to like the mid-90s was when it went beyond that. So at a certain stage in hip-hop, whether you were, and if you listen to old interviews with Shock G, rest in peace, from Digital Underground, he talks about in the late 80s when Digital Underground were forming, and they're totally into P-Funk, they were very particular about the samples they used. So they wouldn't, if you as an artist used, say, a certain sample from a certain Funkadelic album, they were like, oh man, we can't put that out, because it was about originality, not just in production and choice of samples, but also in your flow. So, all the time when you heard a new artist come out, an MC, they would be spitting fire because that's how they got out, because they had to be unique. And I think by maybe the mid to late 90s, that kind of just went away. Nowadays, there's no shame in sounding like someone else. But, people still have their voice. But I would say that there's less distinctive voices now overall as there were back in the day when there was fewer artists.
Yes, in person or on the TV or on the tape deck?
In person.
In person? Okay, in person, man, it'd probably be my nigga Joseph Tucker. Shout out to my nigga C-Note, my nigga Notation from NMD, my little my East Side San Jose partner. You know what I'm saying? When he see this, he gonna geek out, man. Cause seriously, that's the first time I seen somebody really spitting gas in person. Like, he take over the school. The first time I seen somebody spitting gas on the TV screen, the type of shit that we like was probably Snoop. And I think it was like the MTV Awards. What was that when they did Nothing But a G Thing? And then
right.
I remember they had the movie The Mac on the background on the screen.
Wow.
And we always seen the OGs would play the Mac, the elders would play the Mac, and we knew what that was when we seen that. So I was kind of like, yo, California done made it. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time I really felt that we was getting recognized, though, like, by the world and on the TV and shit. You know what I mean? Because, whenever I used to watch CMC's our shit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we rap stars out here. The world know it. They don't want to say anything about it. They don't want to give us any credit to them. But, another story, man. I don't know. When I seen all that on my screen like that, the whole, I don't think the world caught what it really was, because really, you got probably like the hottest rappers in the world at that time, Dre and Snoop, embracing, the pimp culture, with the movie The Mac or whatever. You know what I mean? But, bigger than the pimp culture, the Mac was cool, and, everything that really came out, the Bay in that era was kind of cool and kind of like, I really think that they was like leading the charge behind that whole movement in the whole, nation and world, with the Max and, War Brothers and all them coming out of Oakland and even the militant stance with the Panthers. That's a whole movement right there. That's that's before my time, so I can't really speak on it and be official because I was born in 1980.
To the store, your ass gon' rush. Fuck you mean they open all night? I ain't frugal, but a punk bitch trying to freeload. I just can't like, despite what a hoe say. It's not full tray or tray. West Bay.
Well, there's different levels to that answer. So, hip hop and rap music, since I was a kid. So, when I was real young, like early 90s and shit, like Big Daddy Kane and shit like that, and you're like, oh, he's busting, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is dope, And then, we on the West Coast, my older cousin would always be showing me like the NWA shit and stuff like that. He's a big Eazy-E fan and shit like that. But so when No Vaseline came out, Ice Cube, dude's talking some shit, you know what I mean? Shout out to Ice Cube, man. Very underrated in the rap game, dude. He should be mentioned in the top 5 dead or alive, like every time, and they always leave him out. And everybody sampled his shit, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, back to it. But then like Biggie dudes like Biggie and shit come out and you party and bullshit, and you're like, oh shit, this is on another level, you know what I mean? And you hearing all these cats, and you just like, oh man, he's gas, oh shit, this is gas right here. And you hear like different battle MCs too, you know what I mean? But 1995, 95, when Bad Influence came out with Ant Diddley and fucking Rappin' Ron, holy shit, that shit was on another level. That shit just kind of blew my mind. Rappin' Ron, man, rest in peace, Rappin' Ron. He was just ahead of his time, you know what I'm saying? When I heard his shit, you know, that nigga Ron's back with a bomb sack. I'm smoking on, signing on a contract, and you won't never see me sober because I'm always lit. And when I spit, I don't want to hear y'all say shit. Niggas talk shit when I text they ass, while they bitches be begging for a backstage pass. I'm like, woo, that's gas, boy. And his wordplay, his cadence, his delivery, it was perfect, you know. It was way ahead of his time, and he was on some other shit, man. So yeah, that was when I guess that was when I really realized, yeah, that's what gassing is, you know. You know, and later on, you know, that shit all evolved into like cats that I think gas nowadays, you know, like Locksmith, you know what I mean, probably one of the dopest ever to do it, you know what I mean. I mean, MC Juice, freestyle wise, back in the day, Chicago Juice was off the hook, you know what I mean. But yeah, Locksmith, Crooked Eye, those cats. But you know, Justo. But yeah, Rappin' Ron, man, 1995. First time I could officially say, yeah, I heard somebody gas, and like that's what gas is.
First time I heard somebody spit gas, I would say 211 ounce of game, meditation. They went hard on that motherfucker.
Premeditation, huh?
Don't forget about RBO Posse.
Oh shit.
Mr. C, rest in peace.
He had the metaphors.
Real motherfucker. That motherfucker was Lil Wayne before Lil Wayne was Lil Wayne and shit. You know, what Mr. C say? Say, I'll fade you like a haircut. Some shit, man. But
I'm not a haircut, so you can't fade me.
Yeah.
But you use my name to fuck, baby. Yeah. That's your
and
life.
you use my name. Yeah, that one right there.
Don't be stupid, though.
Yeah, that one right there, bro. And then Ounce Game was dope. They were spitting gas right there.
Hell yeah.
And what else? Yeah, mostly Mr. C. I was bumping a lot of RBO Posse. That album with that From Back Side to Side, Ruthless by Law.
Yeah, that was that second one, yeah.
That motherfucking album was a classic. Man.
Every song slapped.
I heard that motherfucker on the radio like 24/7 and shit, man. And you know, I was just a youngster and shit, you know. But when I really went to Woodside High School, that's when we was really bumping that shit.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, I would say RBO Posse and 211.
First time I heard somebody spin gas was my homie Donovan. He was the only cat I knew who was like really out here like rapping. Really out here
doing
like
shows and shit.
Yeah, man, he was doing shows. We used to have open mic at our high school. We used to have a radio DJ come.
Now, what school would you go to again, brother?
I went to Fremont.
Fremont High in Sunnyvale.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And what's crazy is the open mic would be like a Christian open mic. So really it's supposed to be some spoken word, like, you know, praise Jesus. People go up there and spit the most, you know, Trick Daddy and Trina freestyle in the middle of the, you know, the quad. But Donovan would go up there, man, he would spit his freestyle, or he spit his little, you know, 16, and he would have the whole school shook, you know? And that was the first time I ever seen somebody really, like, be an MC his whole school, have them all like, damn, like that, you know, he can rap. Yeah, man, he still do it to this day too. He got some music too. He's gonna be a star, man.
First time I heard somebody spitting gas, I would have to say that from the Bay, as Mac Dre and another cat. I really liked Be Legit back in the day.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought Be Legit and Mac Dre was.
The first time you heard someone spitting gas, bro, you had to ask that question, didn't you? Man, high school, brother. High school, I say summer '99 was when we was getting it in at the parks, you know.
What school was that?
Oh man, that's H-Way. That's on the west.
What high school though?
Prospect High School.
You know, just so the people know, because you know, a motherfucker from the Bay, they'll know where you from just from what high school you say. Okay.
West Side. We over here in Fremont because that's where nigga had roots. You know what I mean? Came up, you know, got his stripes fucking snatched off, but then I got them back. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm coming from.
Oh shit, what happened?
Basically, brother had to stay in a domestic abuse home for my mom's because she was, you know, she wasn't being treated right or whatever by whoever, my stepdad or whatever. So shit is real. Shit gets real, and you get your CDs stolen. You know, the crackheads want to steal.
Oh, in them homes?
In the homes, man, and that's where I found my passion for music, because everything was taken from me.
Yeah.
You hear me? So the fire, man, when you say fire and desire, nah, like, man, it really is. It's fire and desire, man, for the music. Because music could take you to another place, man.
Yeah, for real.
You could be up in that home or whatever and just go like this, man. And then, boom, you in another place, man. So that's my gift to y'all. Put yourself in another place.
No doubt.
If you ain't come to win, you came to lose. See the satisfaction in your mood. Rush hour in the room just for two. 8 course on all fours for a few. We ride in the clouds sounding like doom. Intense thunder and lightning under my groove.